Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday the 13th, December 13th. We're here to look at the rest of the new releases that have been published this week. It's Freeform Friday, so we look at the things that I find interesting or that we didn't get a chance to cover earlier. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. We will have them tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. They go for 5 hours. I do them 3 times a week, every Tuesday and Thursday evening and the Saturday afternoon. Tonight, though, I will have chapter 13 in our Advent calendar bedtime cozy mystery read aloud. Being the 13th, we're doing chapter 13. The book is Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge. Yesterday's chapter, we're starting to cover a lot more people within each chapter. It did go a little long last night because it was a long chapter, but things are very interesting. Let's jump in, shall we? This first one is nonfiction. Oathbreakers, the War of Brothers that Shattered an Empire and Made Medieval Europe, by Matthew Gabriel and David M. Perry. By the early 9th century, the Carolingian Empire was at the height of its power. The Franks, led by Charlemagne, had built the largest European domain since Rome in its heyday. Though they jockeyed for power, prestige, and profit, the Frankish elites enjoyed political and cultural consensus. But just 2 generations later, their world was in shambles. Civil war, once an unthinkable threat, had erupted after Louis the Pious's sons tried to overthrow him, and then placed their knives at the other's neck. Families who had once charged into battle together now drew each other's blood. The Carolingian Civil War would rage for years as kings fought kings, brother faced off against brother, and sons challenged fathers. Oathbreakers is the dramatic history of this brutal, turbulent time. Medieval historians David M. Perry and Matthew Gabriel illuminate what happens when a once unshakable political and cultural order breaks down and long-suppressed tensions flare into deadly violence. Drawn from rich primary sources featuring a wide cast of characters, packed with dramatic twists and turns, this is history that rivals the greatest fictional epics, with consequences that continue to shape our own world. Oathbreakers offers lessons of what deep cracks in a once stable social and political fabric might reveal, and the bloody consequences of disagreeing on facts and reality. The Civil War at the heart of this tale asks, who is in and who is out, and what happens when things fall apart? Doesn't that sound interesting? And they do it within 304 pages. Now this next one caught my attention because it's in the romance category. Would you want to read that romance book? Good morning, Kim. Oh, nice. Until 7:15. Mary, good morning. TGIF, I have found the furnace problems and parts ordered. Oh, good. So it won't be too long before it's all fixed. Well, we're getting a step in the right direction. That is good. So this is called Once Upon a Goth Dog Solstice, A Crafty Tale by R.L. Merrill. This is a romance. There's love everywhere. Settling in the Bay Area after his stint in the Air Force, Doug Cross's new titles include business owner and member of a goth punk band, and apparently professional do-gooder. When his housemate needs funds for her dog rescue, he willingly whips up goth-inspired dogwear to sell at a local craft fair. He gets a rather cool reception after offering a helping hand to their booth neighbor, however, which is a shame because the bearded artist is the first man to turn Doug's head in a while, etc. But look at that cover. I just had to share. The French Winemaker's Daughter. A long way from the handsome swashbuckling man and lovely lady in a flowing dress. No kidding. This is by Loretta Ellsworth. It is a historical. 1942, 7-year-old Martine hides in an armoire when the Nazis come to take her father away. Pinned to her dress is a note with her aunt's address in Paris, and in her arms, a bottle of wine she has been instructed to look after if something happened to her papa. When they are finally gone, the terrified young girl drops the bottle and runs to a neighbor who puts her on a train to Paris. But when Martine arrives in the city, her aunt is nowhere to be found. Without a place to go, the girl wanders the streets and eventually falls asleep on the doorstep of Hotel du Roc, where Sister Ada finds her and takes her to the abbey and watches over her. 1990. Charlotte, a commercial airline pilot, attends an auction with her boyfriend Henri at Hotel du Roc, now the oldest auction house in Paris. Successfully bidding on a box of wine saved from the German occupation during the Second World War, Henri gives Charlotte a seemingly inferior bottle he finds inside the box. Cleaning the label, Charlotte makes a shocking discovery that sends her on a quest to find the origins of this unusual and very valuable bottle of wine, a quest that will take her back 50 years into the past. What is so special about that bottle of wine? Good question. And this was the thriller that we didn't actually talk about on Tuesday because there was no talking on Tuesday, but just wanted to give it a highlight anyway. Assume Nothing by Joshua Corin. In 1985, Kat McCann is 6 years old when renowned Austrian detective Alec Lisser solved her mother's murder and unfortunately proved Kat's father as the culprit. 10 years later, Kat is still obsessed with the heroic criminologist. She's also addicted to the best-selling novels inspired by Alec's ingenious deductions, penned by the grande dame of whodunits, who is a bit of a mystery herself. Kat has devoured them all, even the one based on her father's crime. When Kat and Alec fatefully cross paths again, a friendship evolves, and Alec is delighted to share the secrets of his success with such an eager and clever girl by inviting Kat to solve a murder of her very own, one that challenges everything Kat believes about the detective, an elusive author, and Kat's notorious past. Now, as fact and fiction and truth and deception collide, it's all Kat can do to survive the shocking twist ending to her own life story. Interesting indeed. All right, we're going to finish up with the cozy mysteries from earlier this week. Sounds interesting, yes. All right, I believe we ended on the theater one. Did we get a chance to look at this one? Oh, yeah, this was the anthology. Peace and Farewells, first in a series by Daisy Landish, the Sophie Brooks Mysteries. I do kind of like that cover. When food blogger Sophie Brooks uncovers her husband's betrayal at their beloved farm, etc., etc. Okay. Sophie Brooks thought she had it all: a thriving farm-to-table restaurant, a successful food blog, and a husband who shared her passion for local cuisine. But when Sophie stumbles upon a devastating betrayal, her world unravels. Faced with a broken marriage and the loss of the life she worked so hard to build, Sophie makes a bold choice. She's leaving it all behind. Determined to start fresh, Sophie sets out on a journey across the world to showcase farm-to-table restaurants on her blog. But as she heads to Sonoma, California, her first stop, she quickly learns that secrets lurk behind the vineyard's picturesque facade. With the holiday season approaching, Sophie must uncover the truth, not just about the mysteries around her, but also about herself. It's a prequel to the Sophie Brooks Mysteries. Ah, crap. It's only 31 pages. I apologize. Well, and this one's going to be released in January, so we'll talk about it then. So, if you're looking for a short story to set up a series, we'll look at anything. The pickings are slim. And probably worse next week. I haven't looked, but probably worse next week. Going to make some, I think, have a beating holiday party tomorrow. Oh, how fun. So I will leave the house. No temptations lying around. Darn, that sounded like it might be fun. Yes, it's only 31 pages. Shoot. How much was it? But we have time to do some investigating here. 99 cents. Not bad, not bad. Let's look at the author. She does Mystic Moonhaven Mysteries. Looks like she's started in romance. Wilma Wade Holiday Mysteries. Looks like there's 5 books in that series. She's done a lot. So this is just launching a new series, it looks like. Ooh, there's 10 books in the Mystic Moonhaven Mysteries. But that did sound interesting. It's not released until tomorrow, so we can't look at a sample. But yeah, that one, of course, there's one I'm finally interested in, and I can't look at it, and it's only 31 pages. Christmas falls on a strange day this year. No. Will I only get that day off? Nice when you can combine it with a weekend to make it a long one. Not this year, it seems. What we usually do when it's during a work week is Christmas Eve. We work a half day, so till like 1 o'clock. We'll have Christmas Day off, and then we're back again. We're kind of toying with the idea of taking all of Christmas Eve off as well. Kind of depends on how next Friday and the Monday go. If it's busy, we won't. I planted the seed in Steve's mind, so we shall see. What are your plans? Are you gonna go visit family? Kim says, trying to find a lunch partner for today. Posted on Facebook, no one yet. I'll go with you. I would if I could. Do you have a certain kind of lunch you're in the mood for? Sandwich, soup and sandwich, Mexican, Chinese, pizza. I'm giving you options. The Haunted Violin by J.A. Whiting, 19th in a Lynn Coffin mystery series. Lynn Coffin has been able to see ghosts, and her last name, has been able to see ghosts since she was a little girl, and living on the island of Nantucket provides plenty of opportunities to interact with spirits. It is December on the island with plenty of activities and events to celebrate the season. Lynn and her cousin Viv have volunteered to head the music committee, which organizes all the musical events and venues. After a meeting for volunteers, Lynn and Viv head to Viv's bookshop, and while there, they both hear a soft, sad melody played on a violin. When Lynn is enveloped by a pocket of cold air, she knows a new ghost is trying to communicate with her. Who is the violinist? What is his story? What does he want? Will Lynn, along with her family and friends, be able to unravel the puzzle of the haunted violin before something sinister happens? This story has some mild paranormal elements. Excuse me. Sounds kind of like the Ghost Whisperer. I did like that show. Again, we have time. First book is a haunted murder. Too much vodka way early. We will move on. There's only 2 more. Grilling the Suspect by Karen Musser Nortman, and there's an illustrator listed, Aurora Lightbourne. This is 11th in the Franny Shoemaker Campground Mysteries. Mickey and Janan Ferraro are judging a barbecue contest at River City, where there's trouble. It starts with T, which rhymes with P, which stands for pool. Of course, Franny and Larry Shoemaker are joining them and looking forward to great food and music, as well as their usual camping fun. Sally Shoemaker tags along with a big decision to make, but the competition gets more serious than anything Jane, Ann, and Mickey have seen at previous contests. Franny and Larry get drawn into the mystery, and the whole weekend gets turned upside down. Murder in Moonlight. First, in the Silver and Gray mysteries, looks like it's a Victorian historical romance mystery by Mary Lancaster. On a personal quest, Constance Silver, who runs Mayfair's most exclusive brothel, has lied her way into Greenforth Manor, home of respectable and charismatic provincial banker Walter Winsome. She feels quite safe from recognition until Solomon Gray joins the party. Aloof and strangely exciting, Solomon is one of the wealthiest men in London, so what does he want with any of the small players gathered at Greenforth? More immediately will he give Constance away. He saved her life once with most disturbing effects on her, and she is still magnetically drawn to him. But he is one of the few men she cannot read or influence. When they discover their host's murdered body together, they have to overcome distrust of each other to investigate. Everyone in the house seems to have had both motive and opportunity to kill him, so Constance and Solomon must uncover many secrets and set a dangerous trap in order to reach the truth. But is the murderer one step ahead of them? And if they both survive, will they part forever? Sure. I wish I go to a local barbecue. Oh, nice. Get chicken tenders and sweet potato souffle every Friday. Only day they do sweet potato souffle. Oh, noms. I'd try it. I've not had that. I was tired of eating alone. Oh, man. Could be bold and join somebody. Gosh, Kim, that sounds delish. Haven't had breakfast yet, so that sounds especially delish. I'm hungry. I'm going to my daddy's next Thursday. Oh, nice. My stepbrother and his family come in Friday. I haven't seen them since 2019. Plan right now is we will all leave Monday. Oh, that will be such a good visit. Let's see if I can. Oh, it won't. All my links are in the other browser. What we're going to be doing, it's just a day and a half technically at this point. It's just Steve and I, and we will just be. Look at you! I'm a mind reader. We're just going to be laying low. We'll have turkey again. What I'm thinking of, it just all depends. My mom does live here in town. She's 88. But she is a lifelong smoker, and I'm allergic to smoke. It has developed, and so I don't see her. I don't see her physically a lot. We talk on the phone at least twice a week, but sometimes more. My brother, my younger brother, he is 54, is in a facility. He can't walk. So long story short, if we can work it out, maybe I can take her that Christmas Eve afternoon to go visit him. She talks to him like 4 times a day, every single day. It's not like she's not, nobody is talking with him. I don't visit with him because he also has a mental illness. He is a schizophrenic. And during the whole mess of trying to get him help, took a year. I took away the guns from the house, and he's mad at me. So to keep him mentally, emotionally stable, I stay away from seeing him. So, but if mom is feeling well enough, I've offered to take her to go see him. My sister is usually a snowbird, but this year they're sticking around. But she lives in Lovell, Wyoming, which is about an hour away. And so, me being closer, we'll see if I can make that happen. If she's not feeling well, then we won't do that. But if I don't stay until Christmas, I will be at my other mother's for Christmas Eve, and then no plans for Christmas Day. Well, I'll be doing Sprint's Christmas Eve. That falls on my regular evening, and we'll probably be starting early. Probably either 5 or 6 o'clock my time, so 7 or 8 Eastern time. So you can come hang out with me Christmas Eve if you wanna. Sometimes boundaries and limits are the health thing. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Emily. It is what it is. He's it's always it's just, family is complicated. Emily, you're so right. Hard to do, but necessary in my mind. Yeah, yeah. We finally got him the help, and that was the important thing. And then that was 6 years ago. But earlier this year, wow, was that? Yeah, it was during the. Plus, he was an undiagnosed alcoholic, and I living with my parents after his divorce, and I mean, just a whole mess. But long story short, he doesn't walk because it was just he and my mom. My dad had passed, and he went undiagnosed with a tumor in him that ate away at his spine. And we thought he was not going to make it in January, which it's in God's hands. But resulting in he lived through the procedure of removing things, but he can't walk. It took too much of his spine, ribs, and so forth. So he is now in a facility where he can't drink, probably can't smoke, because he had that habit too. So he's probably the healthiest he's ever been, and still on his medication for his schizophrenia. So he's probably the healthiest he's ever been, ironically. Anyway, so I am interested in that Feasts and Farewells. I might just, what the heck, I'll pre-order it for 99 cents. I'll pre-order it. Which, okay, so I have sworn I'm only going to read things that I own into 2025. It's not 2025 yet, so time to stock up. Alrighty, the bell has rung. I have to go get the mail, do one more day of work in the week, and then tonight, no sprints, but I will be reading chapter 13 in our Advent calendar cozy mystery read aloud over on the spin-off channel Tales for Bookeemonsters, and we will have sprints tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. for 5 hours. Otherwise, have a very good Friday, TGIF, and everybody be safe. You're in my heart. Please be safe and happy and read good books. See you tomorrow. Yay! Let us know about your lunch plans. You're just squeaking in on WW4. I've got 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks left. Buy everything. No, I really have way too many books. I need to read what I own. All righty. As the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.